We're good. What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome back to another edition of our stay at home open mic. That is our online open mic we do every Monday here on YouTube. And if this is your first time here, great to have you. Welcome. Say hi in the chat. It's great to know who's watching. So if you are waiting for us to start, first of all, thank you. You're a real one. But if you're coming back, if you've been here before, you already know what's up. Again, if this is your first time, this is like any other open mic. If you want to perform something, all you have to do is sign up. We do have a link to sign up in the description of our YouTube video. And a couple other things. Yeah. So we are based out of El Paso, Texas, the 915 Chicotown EP, El Paso, right? The Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. We do host events not only online on Mondays, but all throughout the city, throughout the region, because we have shows in El Paso and Las Cruces. Um, so yes, while I do some announcements, you guys do have some time to sign up. We have enough room. Otherwise, we do have a pretty great list of performers, a lot of regulars, a couple of people who are becoming regulars, and maybe a new face or two as well will sign up. But my name is Richie. I'll be your host, and yeah, I'll be your host for today. We do welcome poetry, so it could be original poetry or something that we also welcome the cover poem, because if musicians can do it, so can poets. And it's a really great opportunity to introduce the work of someone that you admire to maybe a new audience. And I think that's one of the cool things about art is we can share art with other people. I've discovered a lot of great artists, a lot of great writers that way. So yes, the cover poem is a thing. We also welcome musicians. So if you play an instrument, or if you play an instrument and sing, or if you just sing, or if you beatbox, if you rap, whatever, come on through. We want to hear your stuff as well. Otherwise, if you do live in the El Paso area, we do have open mics all throughout the city. As I mentioned, tomorrow, Tuesday, the 30th, we will be downtown at Rosewood for our verse and harmony open mic. That is a music and poetry open mic. Last one was really amazing. We had some out of town guests, and it was super fun. So if you guys want to come through, sign up for that. Starts at 8 p.m. and the show starts at 9. Kind of a late show, but if everyone gets there early and signs up early, we'll start super early. We can just kind of get at it. The only reason why I do it so late is because people show up late. Anyway, Friday we are going to be at Giovanni and Bronson's in Central El Paso. Giovanni and Bronson's is the Bohemian Cafe, and we're doing something that we tried out last time, which is something we're calling roulette recitations. I went ahead and bought one of those giant spinning wheels, and this was because one, we're more time constrained at Giovanni and Bronson's. Also, we're like constrained a little bit by space. It's a smaller spot, so we want to have limited performers and maybe not go as long. So it's going to be kind of like rapid fire rounds, like 5 to 7 minutes. That's it. Um, you signed up for that. There's no pre-advanced signups for that one. That one is you. It starts at 7. So right, we start to sign up at 7 at Giovanni and Bronson's. There is going to be a writing workshop with Amairani Yerena, who is a poet who reads often in our live spaces. She has a new book of poems out called "The Heartache That Birthed You." I think we're going to have some giveaways as well and all sorts of cool stuff. So that's this Friday. Again, that's going to be for writers and musicians. To be fair, it might be harder for musicians because I think we want to keep it still short sets. Lastly, if you're personal plug, since I never hardly get to do it, this Thursday I'll be performing downtown. I'll be a featured poet for a jazz and poetry night downtown at International Bar. That is right there by San Jacinto Plaza. If you know, you know. It's right by Lick It Up. They're a pretty famous vegan street food spot. And that's from 9 to 11:30. I'll be performing alongside Fernando Antonio Montejano, who many of you know either through Barbed Wire or the recent workshop that they did with Tumblewords. And I'll do that also with the poet Mariah, who goes by It's You. Her name is You. That's right. So come through. That's from 9 to 11. Playing with some of the best musicians in the city: Billy Towns, Bruno Evitia on bass, and Eddie Provencio on drums. But yeah, that's it. Otherwise, I do want to give a shout out to everyone who is here right now. Shout out to Juan. What's up? Eto Bomole. I want to see you come out to the open mics and share some of your rap, man, some of your music. But good to see you on here. Good to see you. Finn Bell's here. What's up? We'll be reading as well. Sandy in the house. Always Sandy in the house. Good to see you. All right, yeah. Again, so if you're listening, if you're watching this show, let us know you're here. I'll give you shout outs. It's nice and then good way to interact. All right. So that is my clunky intro for today. Very clunkier than usual, I feel like. But you got to get all the shout outs out. Yeah. Kevin Shea, what's up, Kevin? I'm still waiting for you to come through and play as well. Old Sheepdog. I thought you'd go to the Old Sheepdog one, but yeah, come on through tomorrow if you can. Steven in the house. What's up, Steven Molina? Good to see you again. 2 weeks in a row. Nice. Good to have you. Also, sorry, this is like streaming stuff. I do want to give a shout out. We do have a new subscriber on YouTube. I'm gonna have to get your name really quick. Shout out to some Devil 13. I wonder if I know you. Are you here with us now? Let us know anyway. Lastly, sorry, if you are an EPCC student and you're here for the Tejano Passport Program, let us know. Let us know in the chat and the comments or whatever, and I will let you know how to get that info. But for now, let's go ahead and get this open mic started. We got people from all over the country, people from all over the world who want to share their awesome writing or their thoughts, their ruminations, just their expressions with you. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off, as we often do in Denver, where we have Mike Sindler. It's appropriate to open up the mic with a mic. All right, when you're ready, man. Happy Monday.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope it's okay out there in YouTube land as well as here. I'm going to go ahead and start off by doing my usual call out for lighthousewriters.org. Wonderful organization. Just getting ready to start another series of classes that'll be starting in the next week or so, 4 weeks and 8 weeks, and just all kinds of stuff going on. Rather than reading new stuff right now, I actually pulled up a wrong poem. Sorry about this. I'm gonna have to go back into my stuff, and sorry about this. There we go. It's all these fires burning all over the place are just so horrific. So I'm pulling out a couple of old poems. Unfortunately, it seems I read every year right around now. And this first one's called Aftermath. Lost forest finds brief home and lung. Cilia force foreign fragments out, choking on survival's broken chain, every element of cycle turned charcoal. From root to canopy, bee to bear, wind whirls with sorrow's song, a smoky requiem, concussive crackle, reborn in strained flora's thick liquid, fur and mulch expelled with mucus, eyes tear involuntarily, saltwater stream that cannot quench flame, black flag alert of imminent peril stretched thin across continent, unfurled warning of increased warming, whole globe soon rendered uninhabitable, last cries of plant and animals fly unheard, mute witnesses to narcissistic species whose suicide takes all else along. In short, headstrong, destructive spiral. Over eons, nature's balance will return. Earth will turn on axis, spin in orbit, fire a constant but artificial accelerant, merely speck of ash blown through time. No tempting trace of ego left behind. Failed grasp of inevitable, frail attempt to vainly wrest control from quintessential. Gray sky warns of flood and famine, drought flecks finality of food chain. Its fall a harbinger, history's conclusion, life sprouts anew in grand diversity, nurtured from humanity's humbled aftermath. And another one, also dealing with the tragic fires, and can't help but just take a second to say just how incredibly heroic the firefighters who are dealing with all this are. I mean, geez, talk about heroes. But meanwhile, dancing upwind. These are not true colors of sunset, merging muted, silent gray, fluttering ash, pollen of fire, silent sacrifice of wildlife, curved orange lines drawn, mourns brown green hills, turned carbon black stubble beard at 5 o'clock's shadow, lit lashes, heat mirrors, red bald fall of day, burn, smolder, flake loose cops, throw entwined bone and bark high into infirm firmament, charcoal covers pastel, smooth smear smothers day, dusting dusk, poison paint, dry brush, elemental pigment, loose silk absorbs soot. These are dull but angry hues, disguised, ragged costumed mad trickster let loose on mountains, smoking soil, dancing upwind. And I'm going to kind of continue with the theme of fire with my poems that I'm going to read as far as covers. And these are not necessarily forest fire poems, but sort of are, both of them. And they are roughly about 100 years apart, one from roughly 1915 and the other from 2015. And the first one is by a poet named Emily Pauline Johnson, and it's called Fire Flowers. And only where the forest fires have sped, scorching relentlessly the cool northlands, a sweet wildflower lifts its purple head, and like some gentle spirit sorrow fed, it hides the scars with almost human hands. And only to the heart that knows of grief, of desolating fire, of human pain, there comes some purifying sweet belief, some fellow feeling beautiful, if brief, and life revives and blossoms once again. And then the second one is by Mildred Barria, who is really nice contemporary poet, and it's called The Fire People. We've turned our walks into finding things that catch fire easily, like us, our fascination with bushcraft, how to survive in a forest without the conveniences we have at home. The first human to discover fire rubbed two stones together. Friction is a good thing. We have fun starting fires, scratching the Mora knife against the small iron rod, sending sparks into a nest of dried grass and fibrous barks. You put out the flame with the sole of your hiking boot so we can begin again by the time we leave the forest. We've discovered deer poo can bust easily, human hair doesn't. I've given a lock and you've won the bet. By the time we leave, we've lost count of the fires we've started. And I just sort of thought that was appropriate in the fact that, so many of these horrible fires get started by people who just think they're lighting a little fire and gets out of control. But yeah, just hoping that we get all these forest fires under control and there's not too much damage, especially to all the wildlife. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Tip of the hat to you for another excellent set with cover pieces as well. Once again, if you guys are just getting here, welcome to the online mic. We got a pretty full list, so we're just going to kind of head right into it. Shout out to Samuel Wilson on the live chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cool artist Carla as well. What's up? What's up? All right, we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to go a little bit west. Our next performer Had sushi baked last night for dinner. Joining us from the Cosmos, aka San Francisco, we got Finn Bell in the house. What's up, Finn Bell? It's been so long. Welcome back. Hey.
Yeah, good to be back. Thank you so much, Richie. Good evening, poets. So I have three poems to share with you today. Um, Two of them are mine, relatively new. The first one is titled Routes. Upon my skin, as yet without name, without definition, without category, my irrational thoughts curved into hooks, my desire able and sharp prick inward, my self-doubt immolation of switch nerve signal, hot, then cold, then hot again, of reversal and alteration of sensation, numbness, then agony, then the return of numbness. I make of my own body a topography of pathways from one realization of pending loss to the next. Disappointments become visible demarcations pointing out new sites to bore and excavate. Each site, a delicate encircling circumference of telltale follicle eruption, following its route with fingertip, testing an accuracy of supplanting my sorrow with a feeling, a pressure, a break in imperfectly joined pattern of flesh, blood, confirmation wells to the surface, a weak mockery of what we believe we understand of suffering and grief. So that's one poem. Um, the second one is inspired by artist, British Malaysian artist Karen Ko. She has an art piece from 2018 called Fragments One, and in it, well, I'll post what it is in the chat, but basically it is a kind of like an altered photo of the national dress of Malaysia. And it looks like the duster that we use, that women in the countryside use in the Philippines. It's kind of like their everyday clothes. So this is called Blue. If my mother's country girl dusters wore their homesickness on the outside, they would dye and stain her body blue, seep into her bloodstream. See here now, a bird bone golden brown woman, heart pumping indigo through veins and out arteries, each pass a purging, a divergent dilution, a cleansing of history. They would seep out like life force fluid and flood the kitchen floor, a further shedding of abandoned homeland, an amalgamation of colonized milk reintroduced, remix, parts uneven measure. What is yours is mine, folded in with each stir, each stab. What is ours was never meant for you, for your kind. You see, a mixture is never equal parts. It is invention, ingenuity, adaptation, becomes accosting, appropriating, claiming, conquering. If my mother had worn her country girl dusters on the outside, stepped out of doors, sashaying the stars and rays caught in their hem, waved them like wings of a cooped up dove, heart stirring, kumikinang na bandera ng bayan minamahal, Bluefield aloft, buoyed for a moment upon the current, the stifling air of land of the free and the brave, what then would follow? A bird clad in sky, spangled, star-bursting stratosphere may still be led astray, blinded, following the birth and death of a cruel father's son. Okay, and then I wanted to close with a poem from Jericho Brown's The Tradition. This is called Second Language. You come with a little black string tied around your tongue, knotted to remind where you came from and why you left behind photographs of peoples whose name now Buck pronouncing. How do you say God now that the night rises sooner? Why must we wake to work before any alarms? I am the man asking, the great grandson made so by the dead tenant farmers promised a plot of wood to hew. They thought they could own the dirt they were bound to. In that part of the country, a knot is something you get after getting knocked down, and story means lie. In your plot of the country, class means school, this room where we practice words that undo your tongue when you tell a lie or start a promise or unravel like a story. After Avery are young, Black is not a country, but I live there where even the youngest call you baby. Sometimes you ain't we. Sometimes you is everybody. Washboard rains come. We open our mouths for a drink. Rather be radical than a fool. Oh, and no. We're not interested in killing white people or making them work. Matter of truth. Some snorted cocaine until folk started calling it white lady. Slavery is a bad idea. The more you look like me, the more we agree. Sometimes you is everybody. Mind is a continuous mind. There is a we. I am among them. I am one of the ones. I belong. Boom, boom, ba-boom. I live there where we have a right to expect something of the brother, hooking and crooking or punching the clock. It's got to get done. That expectation, stunning, incantatory, Black. Power in our 24-hour barber shops. Power in the Stateville Correctional Center. Power broke where I have a car note or not. Power under a quilt that won't unravel, though I never met the woman who sewed it or the woman for whom it was a gift before it finally came to me. The Black mind is a continuous mind. I am not a narrative form, but damn it if I don't tell a story. All land owned is land once stolen. So the blues people of the world walk on water. We will not die. Black music, Black rage, Black city of the soul in a very cold town. Black ice is ice you can't see. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Finn Bell. Thanks for reading that piece. Any announcements for stuff going on this week, or how can people follow your awesome work online?
Mostly it's on my link tree /Finn Bell. Tomorrow we have Fincabulary's monthly trivia and karaoke night. It does have a theme. It's an optional theme, but the trivia is to the theme. It's life imitates art. And then the following day, since I'm such a sucker for listening to story times and telling story times, I used to do it when I was working at a bookstore. I did the children's story time. I Fincabulary is now offering a every once a month, last Wednesday of the month, story hour. And I'm doing this month's first story, the inaugural one, and it is by Francesca Leah Block. It's called Psyche in a Dress. Next month, Diane Marie Ward will be the storyteller. Yeah. And then the month following that, Terry Rose Jertson. Yay.
All right. Awesome. Well, very cool. Thank you so much. It's been so long that I think new people in the online chat might not be familiar with you. So we'll make sure to share that link. And As always, excellent programming, very fun choices as well. Okay, then let's go ahead and keep this going. We're gonna come back to El Paso for our next performer. I mentioned that Carla is in the live chat. She's looking for El Paso poets to maybe screenshot and put in the El Paso Arts group on Facebook. So yeah, we're coming back to El Paso where we have our very own master gardener and master poet, and she's just so masterful in her words. Let's go ahead and welcome and her outfits. Welcome, Robin Schofield. Hey, happy Monday.
Hey Richie, happy Monday, everybody. I'm gonna read some things from my new collection. And oddly, let's see, oh yeah, one of them I wrote in tumble words, and they're both sonnets in that they're American sonnets, which I understand is a lot more flexible. So this first one is fairly new. I think I've read it before. And it was an exercise posted by Diane Seuss. She's poetry chancellor of the American Academy of Poets now. So anyway, lines written after I catch the COVID variant going around London. After Eduardo C. Corral. All waves retreat toward joy. Joy is an onyx stone whirled inside a volcano. We have yet to measure traces of joy like a photon. Joy departs as noisily as a coyote in heat. It's illegal to puff on joy out in the open. In my skull, joy opens the crown chakra. Flightless owls burrow into joy, building nests. I throw a pinch of rock salt over joy. In some languages, joy is a verb. Bull's horns bruise the blue sky of joy. Like the moon, the joy will keep her distance from you. Joy poses for her portrait, still as a mirror. In the dark, joy climbs a tree and waits by the watering hole. Above the floor of joy, my arteries inch toward the dirt. So that one had some repetition in it, as you can see or hear. And this one has some interior rhyme, a little bit of rhyme in it. So future tense. Songbird of spring, symphony in his syrinx, trilling for a mate, feathered allegro, uncomposing whole notes, to seek out cloaca, notations to a clutch. Mud puddle of music, blue sky full of tunes, crisscross fleshy flutes, courting his counters to court the countless leaves in the tree. Oh yeah, and then, whoops. Okay, now this is the poem of the day in The Guardian, and it is a double sonnet, which I don't know how to write that, but anyway, it's a double sonnet, and it's called Phoenician, and it's by Angela Layton. Unwise, wondering children play for their lives. They build and spoil, raise and raise sand grain castles to edge the shore and advancing stand still. Nothing of them will remain to meet the new day. We who are old gaze seawards where black sails make movable A's on the horizon, calling a name, Alpha, Aleph, and Oxhead, letters that spell our dimly literate past in a Phoenician place. But all I remember's a mask, its grimace or smile, like an old man's wrinkled face, ironic, set in the crazed rictus of a grin at something hidden. Hard to relate if they burn their children alive, all smiling, smiling in masks, to pleasure a God who does not see their terror or hear their cries, but accept the sacrifice, the life's soft parts disguised by that hard laughter baked to last. We dream and stare, drowsy, late historians, wise after our years. In the day's museum, such gleeful trophies wink, keepsakes, you'd think, each terracotta twice fired to save its face. These Tophet memorials haunt within our walls, sardonic casts, recording no name or age, a comic strip we cannot conceive or face outfacing us. Their alphabet is ours. Collateral. Think. A smokescreen. Are we blind by half? The drones we make explode elsewhere in fires. So many children. Their lives. Earthenware survives, and these mad masks is theirs. Listen. The last laugh. So that's a really great poem. I wish I had thought of that idea. But very complex double sonic. And if you want to write more, come to the Tumblewords Project on Saturdays. It's 1 to 3 Mountain Time. I forget who's coming up next. We just had Daniel Chacon, so whoever's coming up next, it's going to be a tough act to follow. And what else is coming up? That's about all. Oh yeah, I was going to hawk my book a little bit. I do have a book out. It's called Ridge of High Pressure, and you can get it at bookshop.org, or you can go to Mouthfeel Press and get it. So it's full of poems about the desert.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. Very cool stuff. Yeah, that's right. Double sonnet all the way. You guys know that meme? Remember that one? Maybe people same age as me. Hey, speaking of things that are double, next up we got a double poet laureate, a double laureate. That's right. Joining us from South Euclid, Ohio. That's right. It's your turn, Doc. I saw you sit up. It's time for Doc Janning. Doc, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Happy Monday.
Okay, I am back online and ready to roll. Wrote 6 poems in the last 2 days. I'm just going to read 3 of them. This first one is Echoes of Love. Echoing through dimensions, timelines, and inscapes. Resonating in dreams, memories, and saudade. Echoes of love found, unrequited, incomplete, lost. Echoes written in pain, yearning, and uncried tears. Echoes. Dawn. Sun peers over the horizon. Dawn, and the world is revealed, unveiled. And you, sleep-clad, are revealed to me in all the colors of love. Morning light filters through curtains scrim, and I gather you, soft, into Kutch. In reverie, hearts and souls become one. Sleep enfolds us, cloaked in each other's warmth, and we dream. And I will finish with Mangata. The Isle of the Moon floats in the sea of stars, reflects across the seas of earth. It creates Mangata, guides on pathways of night and voyages of light, pathways of compassion and understanding, love and kindness, healing and creating, being and becoming, voyages into a new era, an era of peace. Thank you. Caught you
All
off
right.
guard, huh, Richie?
Yeah, so sorry. I had an emergency. Appreciate it. So you read three already quickly?
That quickly. I can
Oh
read
my
more
gosh.
if you want.
You went rapid fire. No, that's fine. How can people follow and support you online?
Right now, just my Facebook page, Doc Janning, and I'll throw information about my book into the chat.
Cool. I will forward that as well to our fine people. Thank you for reading. I apologize. I had to step away for a little bit. I thought I could be fast. When I was younger, maybe. But I this is a really good plug because these online shows have a replay. In other words, you can go back and watch them after the show is done, which is what I do. So if I ever have to miss anyone's set, I'll go back and rewatch it. I know Kit does as well, doing timestamps. So yeah, I'm sorry I kind of missed the live part, but definitely thanks again for being here and reading, Doc. I'll check it out in the after show. Appreciate it. And cool. All right, how's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Once again, welcome to the online mic. If you are tuning in and you are an EPCC student, um, hit me up for that Tejano passport code. You can shoot me an email. I am a faculty there. I teach English. You can just look up my name, Marrufo. I'm at Rio Grande campus. Also, if you are here, leave a message in the chat and I'll also get back to you that way. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Again, we do this every Monday. So if you're just checking this out to support and listen in, that's awesome. We love that. But, if you got some stuff you want to share, no need to be shy. You can join us next week for sure. Okay, so let's go and keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to go from South Euclid, Ohio. And this is the beauty of doing this online like this because we can go from Ohio to New Jersey just in a snap. Because right now we've got the chameleon poetic in the house today. Yes, you got the camera on this time. I don't know if you missed last week. We were trying to summon you, but anyway,
I
good.
fell asleep. It's so hard for me sometimes to stay up. Like, oh my God. I mean, I go into
it's like
waiting for my turn too. I go into a coma and I'm out. I'm just
East
out.
Coast time. I get it. Anyway, it's your
Yep.
time to shine. Take it away.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me move over to, I might not be on screen for this minute because I have to move over to another screen. Okay. Heroes don't have to be human. Dogs can be more brave than human. How many times do you see a dog jumping into open water, possibly self-sacrificing, because they had not thought that far ahead? Moms can be heroes because they will do the same. Will try to save your life while not giving a thought to their own. Like that time the tides were coming in and currents pulling my second born out to sea, closer to the pier. In his youth, he, not knowing, but knowing, to stay afloat, to keep us from losing sight of him, to the undertow. Hanging on to the boogie board, lifeguards running, too late, sorry, but not quick enough for my watchful eye. Don't ever depend on another to be your child's hero. Desperate times, always calling for even more desperate measures, putting on my Wonder Woman superhero cape, invisible, like the jet plane rescue mission flew in to grab him from the waves. Moving faster than the average poked bear to save her cub. It was a crazy burst of adrenaline rush, giving me superhuman strength. I think I could have picked up a building to move it out of the way if it meant I could get or not get to my child. It shocked even me. I became his hero that day. and thankfully forgiven for any future display of humanness when I inevitably screw up. I have a lot of political pieces that they're kind of short. Let's see. Let me see. Let's do a different one. I know I'm tired of all this craziness. Lilac sweet wafts air filled with mother allergic to put up with it because her daughter gave of herself willingly, waited for them to wither before throwing away. Roses never got enough water, turning quickly to decay brown soon after blooming. Yard of my youth filled with variety, perennial, trimmed back by my grandpa, who was a professional, retired after years of work at the reservoir or the town where UFOs were frequently sighted flying over and diving into the water. He never spoke of this. He would shave with an old-fashioned razor, soaping up his face with white shaving cream. Me and my sister watching intently as he guided that blade over precarious veins and arteries, contained in thin tan skin of neck, witnessing the process of removal of whiskers and lather, finishing with a splash of Old Spice and exhale. So that's me.
All right, cool, awesome. Tell us about your book again, where we can find it.
Chameleon Chronicles is a modge podge of everything, from soup to nuts, I say. That's what it is. And there's drawings, photos, and other things in there that I took. You can get it on Red or Green Books, and Red is spelled R-E-A-D. You can also hit me up on social media under Terry Rose or Teresa Rose Dirtson on Facebook, or the Chameleon Poetic on Instagram. And I have karaoke on every last Saturday of the month, and it's on the Word is Right platform. So if you can go on Facebook and look up Word is Right, and again, the right is spelled W-R-I-T-E, and you can find whatever current events are on there, as well as some of my other fellow poets. They have other events like the General Cafe on Mondays, which it's not every Monday, every other Monday. And on Sundays is haiku with writing with chants on. And I'm trying to think what other events. I can't think of any other events offhand right now, but Trisha let you guys know earlier I'm going to be one of the feature readers on her new story hour. So I'm guessing you can hit that up or find that on Finn Bell, under Finn Bell on Instagram. I don't know where you're putting it, but or Eventbrite, if it's going to be an Eventbrite event. That's it for me. Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, lots going on. Thank you so much. That is Terry, aka the Chameleon Poetic. Once again, welcome to the Barbed Wire Open Mic. Check out this cool custom vinyl made to me from Las Cruces artist Parrish. I went to go hang out with Ably Free and Far Beyond this Saturday. They were spinning some vinyl. They're playing some music at Crafton Social downtown El Paso, and ended up with one of these sick, cool little records. So I'm going to be carrying that with me to shows, I guess, to kind of hang up around me. But that's cool work, custom made. All right, so once again, everyone, welcome back to the online mic. We're going to go ahead and come back to the Southwest area, and we're going to stop before we head to El Paso to San Miguel, where we have AJ, who's most likely going to read from her book, and I'll let you talk more about that. Welcome back, AJ. Take it away when you're ready.
Oh, I was. Hi, everyone. I actually sort of changed my mind. My book, by the way, is called Is There Love After PTSD? And one of the things that I'm doing with the book is writing music. And I'm working with some people, and I started out and realized that I was writing a song for every chapter, and that wasn't what I wanted. And I needed to write a song for the book. Okay. And so one of the things that I do as a musician is I do a free write before I do a song, especially this time because I have to incorporate so many things. So I thought my free write was kind of interesting. And so I'm going to share it with you because you hardly ever see anything like this. People don't usually come in and say, oh, look at this cool free write I did before I made this creation. But here it is, for what it's worth. This book is the central character. It is learning about how to say what it wants to say in music. We know there is a recurrent theme of shamanic drums calling the people, talking to them, having conversations across time and space. The book says, who am I to you in the music? Now, answer the question. I am scary, formless. I am PTSD, the wonder drug. I am timeless. I am the forest, the darkness, the light, the trees, the tunnels. I am trans in so many ways. I am color. I am form. I am movement. I am depth and shallowness. I am big, never small, never gone. I show up in different ways. You can change parts of my behavior, like nibbling on a cookie, but the main me is never changed because I am your brain on trauma. A split, a break in how it used to be, flowers, success growing out of that split, but below, worlds of the images telling of the fusion by individual brain and body parts, a different way of seeing the world by all accounts, a greater knowing because of greater access to greater resources. Now, for my second piece, I'm going to read from this book. Oh, I hate when it does that. Anyway, the book is called I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. It's by Ngoma Hill. And I'm going to read, he has a lot of poems about being in the service, and a lot of them are long. So I'm going to read a short one. It's called Countdown to 65, Poem 7. It was somewhere around December 23rd of 1967 when the postman delivered the mail. And believe me, it was no cash mask card. Instead, the letter said, "Greetings from Uncle Sam." Needless to say, I was quite disturbed. I had just gotten married and moved into a new apartment. Besides that, I didn't have any uncles named Sam. For those of you too young to know, I was sent a notice from the draft. Seems like my new year was starting out pretty screwed up. With orders to report for duty in the U.S. Army, draft resistance wasn't too popular for Black folk. Canada was out of the question. None of my dad's highfalutin friends had a solution to relieve my destitution. So I soon found myself on a train headed to Fort Gordon in Augusta, Georgia, the home of James Brown, and you best believe no one gave a damn that we sang, "Say it loud, I'm black and proud." Augusta was one step past slavery, and the sidewalks rolled up at 1800 hours, although it took us a while before we got passes to check it out. On Sunday, there was one black and white TV in the barracks that only broadcast short church services once we donned army greens and had our heads shaved. Everyone was anonymous before name tags. There was a group of Puerto Ricans fresh off the boat. I'm still in a quandary about what they were doing there because Puerto Rico was yet to be a new U.S. state, and none of them spoke a word of English. When the sergeant barked at them in English, they just respond, no comprende. This got them out of doing any work for 2 days. So I decided to join them in responding, no comprende, when spoken to. This worked fine until we were assigned to a Spanish-speaking sergeant. Thus began my stint in Uncle Sam's army. The sign on the entrance gate said, infantry, follow me. I knew it was going to be a long 2 years, being pissed off and rather defiant. I was always looking for ways not to follow orders. The only stripes I wanted were pinstripes and dying for a country where I had no civil. I'm sorry. The only stripes I wanted were pinstripes, and dying for a country where I had no civil rights was not on my agenda. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, AJ. And again, we have no problem against improvising. In fact, we encourage it a lot of the time. Lastly, yeah, encourage people. Do you have a link to the book or like a website yet that people can find your stuff on?
You know what? I have a bit.ly. I'll put it in the chat. The
Sure.
book is called Is There Love After PTSD? And the subtitle is Hope, Connection, and Freedom to Be Yourself. And I wrote the book because I hope that people will find a place, people who are neurodivergent, who have PTSD, ADHD, OCD, things I probably haven't even heard of yet. I hope they find a place to say, me too, because our stories have been suppressed by the medical community, the therapeutic community. And mostly if you go in and read what's been written, you don't find the real story. You find what it looks like on the outside. And if you dig a little further, you find out that nobody ever really asked us if they find out that, things sound too outre, they decide we're making it up or we're out of our minds or, there's always some story. So anyways, I wrote the book for people like me. For me, I think being ADHD is a lot of fun because there's a lot of places to go. But anyway, the book is on Amazon. I will post the little bit.ly address. It's available as Kindle in North America and also paperback, but paperback across the world. So let me put that there, and I'll put my my Insta handle.
Okay, cool. And we'll forward those as well. Our friend Sandy Lands says, I agree with her. And that's true. I'd like to say, thankfully, I feel like the stigma around a lot of that is slowly being pushed away. We've had a great pleasure working with NAMI a lot. Like our friend Liz likes words, Liz Liano, the Lizard King. She does a lot of stuff with NAMI. So we'll kind of keep going with that. Thank you for your advocacy, though, AJ, and of course, putting your work out there. I'll share those links as soon as I see them on here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think a really great way to really sort out all sorts of unique and powerful and yeah, and unique emotions is through songwriting. And our next performer is one of our favorite songwriters. She just got back into town not too long ago from a UK tour, and I think this is her first time back at the online mic. Lara Lynette is with us in the house, and she's always got some cool stuff up her sleeve. Lara, good to see you. Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Still recovering from all the miles and flying and driving and playing, and we had so much fun. It was really cool, and I'm so fortunate that I got to do all that. How's everybody tonight? Y'all look fantastic. Woo! Yeah. I was going to start with this little thing I wrote while I was on my trip. I usually put stuff to music, but I don't know, this popped out and it's anyway, I'm going to share. It's real short. As hearts traverse slow recovery from eons and depths of grief, every stitch of music and words sung out, pray offer a minuscule relief. Sew up the tears of carelessness to make us full again. The words are comfort and do bring acknowledgments of the scars of pain. Envelop with a full-on embrace of such as sunlight swallows up the night, while our hopes for eternal change electrify the soul toward flight. I'm going to sing you a couple of songs about being in love. This is called Love With You. These streets I walk alone in search of company that beat surging through, just won't let go of me. I roam outside to find myself in love with you, love with you, love with you, and I'm seeking and searching nevermore, and I'm feeling like I've never felt before, and seeing you walking through the door. Stay a while, we're free. Inside, where I can stay and be alone all day, won't do me no good at all to be so far away. Well, I come outside of myself to find that I'm in love with you, love with you, love with you, and I'm seeking and searching nevermore, and I'm feeling like I've never felt before, and seeing you walking through the door. Stay a while, we're free. Yeah. Well, inside, where I can stay and be alone all day, it just won't do me no good at all to be so far away, far away, far away. I come outside of myself to find that I am in love with you, love love with you, love with you, and I'm singing songs for you and living each day through and through and knowing just what time can do for painted souls set free, set free, set free. Love with you. Thank you. So thank you guys. I'm gonna do one more quick one. I've been playing this at open mic last couple times. It's a simple little ditty about having a crush on somebody. And it's called Some Kind of Way. I wrote this sitting out in the garden of my friend Mark's house in Oxford. Y'all know what a double rose is? They're all over England, and they're these giant roses, and they smell like heaven. It's a tickle down to my toes. It's the fragrance of a blooming double rose. It wells up inside as the blush on my cheek surely shows. The only words I can muster to say, simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. It's the dizzy from too much champagne, the childlike joy running barefoot in the rain. How the shiver up the back of my neck clouds the function of my brain. The only words I can muster to say, simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. Oh, the anticipation, the supreme excitation, it's a glorious sensation. Loving you, oh, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Well, it's the music swirling round in my head, the glowing golden violet of our sunsets, the warmth that permeates every cell when nothing's left unsaid. Oh, the only words I can muster to say, simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, you make me feel some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. Oh, it's hard to describe. Some kind of way. Thank y'all. Thanks, Richie. Hey, I'll maybe see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, hopefully let me know. All right. It's perfect because I was going to ask you to play that one as a request and you did it anyway.
Well, I'm
um
trying to get the lyrics stuck in my head, which is sometimes tricky. Um, but so I have a new single coming out in the middle of August, and we're trying to get the video together for it. But I'll watch it, Larry Lynette. I'm on Insta and Facebook and Spotify and those kind of places. Thank you, folks.
All right, exactly. Thank you, Lara Lynette. And if you do follow us on Instagram at El Paso BWOMS, you can often see us post her on our stories. And we've posted a couple of clips of her performing with probably more on the way because we got to feature more of that music.
Thank you.
Yes. Alrighty then. What is up, everyone? Hope you're enjoying your night. We got more performers. In fact, we're gonna stick around in the area. We were just in Horizon City rocking with Lara, and we're gonna go ahead and come back to El Paso, a little different part of town, a little further west, and visit Kit Wren, who is Mr. Monday Night, wears many hats, and did such a great job helping us host this Thursday at Old Sheepdog Brewery. Really appreciate it. And also had Daniel Chacon leading Tumbleward. So killing it in all fronts. Great job, Kit. And now you get to hear him read and perform. Kit, take it away.
That's right. That is correct. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everyone. We're going to do two of mine and then a cover short story. Very short. But do the first one will be something I wrote in Tumbleboards with Daniel Chacon. So excited that he joined us, and he did a great job packing a lot of information into a little space. So here was one of my responses to his prompts. Before Yeats could write Never Love with All the Heart, he had to do it. Some of us are foolish enough to make our whole lives a first draft. Before Auden could write September 9th, he had to wait for September 10th. Things could always change, and what good would a prophetic poem do then? Before Dante wrote about all that he saw and heard on Good Friday, he had to wait for some of it to happen. Spoilers are an older concept than you'd think. Before John Berryman could write the dream songs, he had to fall asleep. He had to let go of things. He'd hear that again in AA meetings where he was contemptuous of his fellow addicts, and in the end, he couldn't apply it. And he let go of the railings on a Minneapolis bridge. Before you can make a cold museum exhibit of your shattered heart, you have to break it. All of us, even the rats, are nodes perpetually conducting experiments. Report back dutifully, honestly, and in whatever format you feel necessary. But don't guess how it feels. Our survey depends on the full participation of our participants. I haven't done this one. Don't have a title for it yet. But in my dream, all the creatures of the earth could talk, but none of them had any wisdom or special insight. A jackrabbit flagged me down, said, "Hey, some weather we're having, Chief," and ran away. What could this mean? A turtle described in plotting circular detail the episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City she saw while walking past a picture window the next street over. The cats all tried to get me alone so they could spread rumors about each other. And I'm pretty sure a rattlesnake called me a racial slur. No concept to where he learned that. I summoned my friend the crow for understanding, and he said he's tired of dating apps. The wizened crow, who they say knows the future, can tell right away when he clicks with someone. And this is just what his life will be now, he guesses. Agreeable, lukewarm dinners on the rooftops of trendy downtown gastropubs with lady crows that he respects but does not love. Cannot even find it to feel strongly about them. He had the spark once, but she flew away in the winter, and now that he knows what the real spark feels like, has heard the actual buzz of personal electricity, which is, I suppose, the crow's personal metaphor for love, the half measures and facsimiles will never do again. I feel for my friend the crow. I say to him, I know exactly what you mean. Now, when a woman flirts with me at the bar, I respond dutifully, but at half speed, like an unathletic child at soccer practice. My concept of a shared future is gone. In all my mental images, I'm alone, without even the friends who I know are beside me now. But friend Crow, you know so much, and surely you know this too, that loneliness is not real, but artificial, like styrofoam. Not exactly a lie, but not the truth either. My people will be there even if I can't see them, because they don't do it to be seen. And you will find, wise crow, it will be that way for you too. The crow who knows all things regards me, newly alarmed, as if he has seen me for the first time, and flies off into the red sky screaming, holy shit, they can talk. So, and going to read a couple of brief, very brief excerpts from a book I'm almost done with called Concerning the Future of Souls by Joy Williams. 99 very short stories about Azrael. The devil had an infinite supply of sneakers. He never wore the same pair twice, as far as Azrael could tell. You know, the reason we had the great falling out was because I wasn't supportive of that Adam and Eve business. I'd heard that. It was a mistake, you think? Proof is in the pudding. I can imagine you must miss him still. Oh, we remain tight as ticks. Why are you speaking so strangely? Azrael said, concerned. I'm tired. I'm running down. You mean you feel run down? Yeah, yes, that's it. You know what he told me? Might as well share it with you. He said, the existence of creatures and their non-existence is the same. He said that? Admitted it, yeah. He sounds a little tired too. No, he's always saying that, the devil said. The devil had little to occupy his time, which had become less and less valuable. Everything he stood for was running along on its own, requiring very little involvement on his part. He had his snakes to care for, but the truth was, they didn't want his care. His association with them had made their lives extremely difficult. They were feared and harassed, incessantly murdered, even though their existence underground kept the earth from falling apart. Something people once knew but didn't anymore. Snakes were so interesting and tragic. The throned kings, he really admired them. They wanted nothing to do with him. He had, quite inadvertently, betrayed them. All right, and to answer the mystery that was put forth earlier in this session, this week, Tumblewords will be led by Michael Sindler, who you saw earlier on this very mic. His workshop is called To Have and Have Not. He's someone who knows the system and trusts the system and always puts together a great workshop for us. So we're very happy to have him back once again. August is full of a lot of the repertory players, such as Sandy Torres, who's currently in the YouTube chat, bringing her positivity. She'll be hosting August 10th. Robin Schofield, who you saw earlier, will be hosting on August 17th. And I'll take the rinse the 24th, just to show everyone how it's done. The 31st will take off for Labor Day weekend because Gene Debs didn't die for nothing. But we have a strong September coming together too. Strong every month, strong everywhere. Tumble words. And let's see, you'll see me at the roulette recitation. As Richie said, I love the whole Wheel of Poetry thing we got cooked up. It's a really wonderful concept. Glad for keeping it going. Pretty sure that's the big news that BWOMS has this week. So yeah, we'll kick it back to the boss. Take it away.
All
Richie.
right. Appreciate it, Kit. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So if you guys didn't hear the announcement earlier, we do have an open mic this Friday. It is a very special theme. The whole idea is that it is an open mic decided by chance. In this case, the chance is a spinning wheel, a spinning prize wheel, where we put your names down in marker. In addition to spinning, calling up performers by spin, there's also an opportunity to win prizes. So last time we did it, we give away all sorts of prizes, glassware, posters, stickers, merchandise from Giovanni and Bronson's, like I think 420 fries, a beer, so different things. We're gonna do that again for sure. In fact, this time I think we will also maybe as a prize, I don't know if maybe we might even just raffle it, but a copy of Ama's book. Again, we're gonna have a workshop right before the open mic at 7, from 7 to 8:20, led by Amarani Yerena, who has a new book of poetry out. I have 2 copies. I bought one for myself, and I bought a copy that I am gonna give away via Instagram. So follow us on Instagram so you can be part of that. But I'm also gonna buy another book so we can give away as part of the spinning wheel prizes as well. So a lot of opportunity to win some stuff as well, and more importantly, form community. You know, get some writing done. And you don't have to read what you wrote there, but and I like the night because it's quick, it's fast, it doesn't take as long, because the premise is it's rapid fire, boom, boom, go, set, and then we get to hang out a little bit too. It's done by 10, so it's not too bad of a night. Anyway, let's go and continue. Our next performer, as Mike had said at the beginning of the show, we have someone who is becoming a regular, because it's been consecutive weeks now where we've seen Zach join us from New Mexico. So Zach, when you are ready, go ahead and take away. Welcome back to the show. Let's get you highlighted first. Let's see. Yeah, welcome back.
Yep, I'm here. I think I might have something. I hate all my writing right now, but I'll try my best. I hate it also. I didn't know where to start. Woke up 5 a.m. It's still dark. Couldn't find TV remote. Should probably stay awake. Daycare drop off. Work today. Maybe breakfast, leftover, cold spaghetti, eating at a counter. Empty bottle of motion, quietly placed in a trash can, check cabinet, has to be another. Just 1, 2, 3 drinks is too many, right? Daughters, be awake soon. I play a game, bet which footsteps are whose. Sometimes I miss them at night. Just want to see them, hug, talk, dance, kitchen. It's always waffles or pancakes when asked what they want. Sorry, Alan Otter. Daddy has to go. We need money, insurance, roof. Help Daddy get to work. Please. Please, little girls, you can buy a new video game as soon as we get home where we live, middle of the street. Always tell girls, wave at nice people we meet. Judy, neighbor on one side, son died, fentanyl overdose. No one called the ambulance. She is sweet, brings girls treats, presents, stuffed bear. Little Al has little boyfriend across the street. Cute Micah, only 4, but I keep an eye on you. Last I heard, Dad was on Grinder. Wife didn't know. Breakfast, we have oatmeal, blueberries. Always ask for orange juice because it's only for morning. Someone finished it in the night. Mixed vodka, glass, ice, transparent. How I lied. Told neighbor's wife we should have a play date. Could be fun. Really want to see her again. Long black hair. I'm sorry. We'll have more orange juice in the morning. Make a mental note. When I stop to get vodka, don't forget orange juice and baby wipes. Okay, girls. Hey, little girls, let's go. Car, late. Please, it's time to leave. Start 30 minutes early because both girls' transitions are heavy on emotion. Hope they don't. Empty bottle of motion. In the car, we want a Disney song. Waiting on a miracle. Not this one, Dad. Damn, they know it's my favorite. Let it go. Funny how some distance makes everything seem small. Pull up. 1 more minute, Dad. Walk in. Oh no, I forgot the cash. And Margie wants to talk. The city, the place we live, not enough water, shortage, politics, gossip. Truly could care less. Promise I'll bring money for the week. But late to work, remember, vodka and OJ. At least tomorrow, I won't let my girls have a bad day. Wake up early, pancakes and waffles, whipped cream, orange juice and milk, whatever they want. Give them everything. because once you find out about calories, chocolate chip pancakes don't taste as good.
All right, all right. I think that was the mic drop ending. I'm trying to get used to those still. That is Zach out of New Mexico. Thanks for that. Again, always loving the setup. Cool stuff. Yeah, I'm still I'm trying to get used to that ending. Okay, quick. Alrighty then. Yeah, thank you for being here again. Come on out. And again, if you guys are watching and you want to share your work, all you have to do is sign up. Like any other open mic, we do have a sign up sheet. In this case, you can find the sign up sheet in the link. We do have a description in our YouTube videos. So if you see the video posted already, if you click on it, even though we're not live, you'll see the link to sign up. Also, if you follow us on social media, for example, on Instagram, you know how there's always a link in bio. So we just have one link. It's easy. You click on that, and it'll take you to a bunch of other stuff that you can access, including the sign up sheet. But more importantly, with our link tree, that's the link in our bio, by the way. It's a link tree. We have an option so you can subscribe. And that is, I right now we have 23 people subscribed. So that's super cool. But if you subscribe, it actually gives me the option to notify you. You can sign up, I think, by email or your text, your phone number, and it'll send out a notification that the new list is ready. So just as a heads up on that. And in addition to that, we also post like articles or things. I was recently on a local podcast. I'll probably share a link to that on the BWOMS page just because we talk a lot about BWOMS a lot on there. Even though it's a personal interview, I talk a lot. I mean, people are always going to ask me about BWOMS stuff. So yeah, hopefully that interview comes out either this week or next week. Be on the lookout for that. But let's go ahead and continue. We do have a new contender joining us from Malaysia, and in fact, it's kind of worked out this way a couple of weeks in a row like this. But we're gonna go ahead and welcome back to the show, Julian Matthews. Julian, always coming through. In fact, while you turn on your camera, I'm gonna give the sharing option. It's on. It's on now. Okay, when you're ready.
Thank you, Richie. Wishing well. He was a visitor here, his first time to Asia. I encouraged him to toss a coin in the pool where a statue of Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy, peered at us from knowing eyes. He closed his eyes, spun around, and did so. Although he had traveled tens of thousands of miles to get here, the concept of a wishing well was not alien to him. And in that moment, I made a quiet wish too, for his safe passage home. I thought of the thousands of planes now crisscrossing above us, and of past planes that crashed into towers, planes shot out of the sky, the planes still missing. How we grounded all our planes during the pandemic, idling in hangars, now all airborne again. And along with it, the return of crashes, deaths from sudden turbulence, air rage, cancellations, delays, missing baggage. The carousel of our lives moving in lumbering, predictable circles. So many hearts now full again from returning hugs, yet so much pent-up anger released from the same human hearts from the very act of flight. How things can change so dramatically, mercilessly at the toss of a coin. Dreams or nightmares on either face of a penny. Loss or gain from the flip of small change. And the coin lands in the water and sinks to the bottom. We both open our eyes. Above us, a cloudless sky, a flock of swifts in formation, and two wishes floating in the air, one of which eventually came true, the other still a mystery. Thank you. Another one. This is called Undone. That night, it cracked open, all gooey and transparent, mellow as pastel tangerine. Your fragile ego, intense yet delicate, was always there, just beneath the surface, but this time only for me. I listened and processed, felt blessed that you shared your inner child, unhealed self, the discontent shelled back all these years. Alas, you finally came undone, raw, vulnerable, affecting. There was nothing in my power to reconstitute, coalesce, glue your broken bits together again, or put you back high up on that imaginary pedestal. I had no fix to your emo dump. You were, in a sense, royally screwed, Humpty. This yoke is on me. Thank you. And one more quick one, short one. Olympian. I thought I was your torchbearer, willing to do a marathon to light your Olympian flame. But I'm still trying to find the entrance to the stadium in your name. Maybe it's because I was never the chaser nor the sporting kind. I took my shot and walked away. I don't have the shoes to make another run for it now. Besides, one of the pair has lost its soul. Thank you. Thanks, Richie.
I was muted. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate it as always. Love the pieces. You got big fans on YouTube as well, FYI. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the spotlight. Okay. What is oh hey, we got some new peeps on the live chat. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Oh, some devil 13. What's up? I gave you a shout out at the beginning of the show. New subscriber. Thank you very much. Tina. Hey, former student. What's up? Hopefully you're doing well doing summer school. I'm teaching summer school, so I'm there every day. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, Tina. Pastel Tangerine. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's see. Want to make sure that our next performer is here. Yes, she just sent me a message. Okay. So thanks guys for joining us online, Mike. Good to have you. Good to have you. We're gonna go ahead and Julian was in Malaysia. This is the international portion, and I was saying like it's just kind of worked out in terms of sign up how this is going. But now we're gonna stop off in Canada where we have Cassie who's gonna share a little bit of writing today. Cassie, what's up? Happy Monday. Let's get you on the spotlight.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I was just giving you compliments. No worries.
Okay, all right. Um, okay. So this first piece is called Bogged Down, tentatively titled Bogged Down. I want you to know that I am committed to growing. I want to be committed to growing. I want to tell the truth. When I say I am flexible in my communication style, I want to be the pencil that realizes it has drawn a mess all over your paper, but it's okay because I know it and I am great at flipping myself over and erasing my mistakes. I say I want to step out of my own way, but sometimes if you look closely, you will see I am actually hiding behind those words. I tell you I need to make changes to improve my life. I can't stay stagnant like this forever. I mean it. But if you come see me in my stagnant swamp, and you watch me lift my foot out of the muck, you will see why I have been in this swamp for so long. All this bog water pulling me down, pulling on my legs. And you might hear me say, see, look at how hard this is. But what I hope I will learn to say is, see all these plants tugging at my feet. They are my fear, and I want to be able to finally find a way to stop feeding them. Okay, so that is what I have for originals. If I can get it up fast enough here, I'm going to read a cover poem. It is loading. Okay, it is called Good Bones by Maggie Smith. Life is short, though I keep this from my children. Life is short, and I have shortened mine in 1,000 delicious, ill-advised ways. 1,000 deliciously ill-advised ways I will keep from my children. The world is at least 50% terrible, and that is a conservative estimate, though I keep this from my children. For every bird, there is a stone thrown at a bird. For every loved child, a child broken, bagged, sunk in a lake. Life is short, and the world is at least half terrible, and for every kind stranger, there is one that would break you, though I keep this from my children. I am trying to sell them the world. Any decent realtor walking through a real shithole chirps on about the good bones. This place could be beautiful, right? You could make this place beautiful. All right, so that's my slightly cynical cover. And I'm just double checking here. I thought I had another cover lined up. Let's see if I can get it quickly enough. All right. It's looking like that will. Oh, yes, here we go. Okay. This is called Note to the Stranger 6 Feet Away by Andrea Gibson. There was never not a bridge from your chest to mine. My heartbeat was always the sound of your feet walking toward me. I can't believe how many years I have lived without knowing the air you were breathing out was the air I was breathing in. Forgive me for not saying thank you before our lungs had reason to hide. Do you pray more now than you used to? I pray all the time. I pray to the Big Bang and to the tiny bang and to the bangs we've all had to cut ourselves so that we can see the beauty. Sorry. We'll all have to cut ourselves so we can see what beauty can only be seen from 6 feet away. A giraffe's neck is 6 feet long. A decade from now, will I remember the week I spent wondering if I could hug a giraffe's torso and not get sick if the giraffe coughed? I don't want to forget anything about this, especially not how it feels to worry about everyone I love at the same time. So much of the world had been doing that already. And if every heartworthy novelist weeps for the days before killing off a beloved character, God must have spent centuries sobbing before pressing pen to the page of this year. All right, so that's what I have for poetry. If you are curious to occasionally see more of my poetry, I do infrequently post some on my Instagram, some of my poetry, that is. And I occasionally facilitate online generative poetry workshops that are advertised on there as well. So my Instagram is Relentless Intrigue, if you're curious to check it out. Okay, thank you, Richie.
That's right. Thank you so much, Cassie. Appreciate that. Shout out to all those that are curious out there. Go follow. Oh, hold on. I'm not pushing the right thing here. Okay, now I'm here. Thank you, Cassie. Yes, be on the lookout for future workshops. I tried my best to attend as many as I could until things got really, really busy. But I got some pretty fun writing out of it that I'm trying to edit for public consumption. But that's still a ways away. Yes, if you're curious, keep being cool, like Cassie. All right. All right, let's go and continue on. We're gonna come back to the USA. In fact, the capital, Washington, D.C. Yeah, you down with Eddie P? Yeah, you know me. It's time for Mr. Poetastic once again on the Monday mic. Eddie, when you're ready, go and take it away. Good to see you, man.
Did you see you too, my bro? Like no other words like thunder. Woo! Gotta give you guys a hand. Woo! All right, my name is Ed Botastical, feeling fantastic. Please tell me to draw my rhyme, Bobo Sublime. I got 3 poems, so I won't take too much time. The first poem is called Page Not Found. Page not found. I saved last night. Computer, you want to fight? I saved it on the document. Then I click, attach, and sent. I don't want to write it again. The words needed to end. I was brainstorming like mad. Quotes and opinions I add. My fingers dancing on a keyboard. Very easy than writing on a chalkboard. Now I have to start over again. Where's my papers and pen? Why didn't I take accurate notes? The ideas do swim and float. No, I believe. No, I think. Damn, this thesis starts to shrink. Oh, I'm not a fan with stress. I can feel the punches in my chest. Breathe in and out. Be calm, don't shout. I have time. There's no need to pout. It should be about technology. Sorry, computer, no apologies. Why is it backwards and flawed? Hope it won't come out odd. My essay's printed on paper. Hope it won't disappear into vapor. Sometimes tech is a godsend, but it's not. It makes our plans and minds full of knots. Technology can confuse our simple task. What task? Do I really need to ask? I really done. I'm finally done. That was fun. Time always seems to run. Wait, my previous essay was saved, but accidentally saved it to Dave. Technology, look what you made me do. Now I'm a buffoon split in two. Thank you. And this other one is called Privacy Notice. Click, I agree. Oh, what more do I see? Do you agree? Yes, this is me. Scroll down. Click when you see clouds. Why? I'm the same guy. Why do you have to click? I'm not trying to be a prick. Okay, it's over. Finally, some closure. Oh, look at that ad. Wait, I'm not a dad. Skip. Please skip. An ad for an extravagant trip. I want to watch this video. Oh my God, I'm gonna explode. Okay, 15 minutes. Oh, an ad. This makes me sad and mad. I don't want to pay for a subscription. I can see it in the description. I don't have enough money. It's not even funny. I know these are hard times. You're bothering me for dollars and dimes. People should know about the tax. We shouldn't be so lax or lax. Every single year after year after year, like we don't have anything new to fear. Fine, I'll click and subscribe. Yay, I'm part of a new tribe. Click all the eyes on the screen. Screw this. I don't want to cause a scene. Thank you. My last but not least is called Maniac. I lost my mind in a crazy world, left far behind in a rapid spiral. My grip on reality is wearing thin, living my fantasy to where or when. The walls are closing. We're stuck in a box. We keep on folding, trying to pick the lock. Maybe you're in my head, or I could be dead. I don't know what I said. My thoughts are heavy as lead. If you, like me, want to be free, please feel at ease. Search for help, you best guarantee. It feels like a curse, but it can get much worse. Don't let the wind disperse. Get help before it hurts. I know I don't understand, but we all need a helping hand. Sometimes it's hard to bear, but I want you to know someone cares. Thank you.
I was muted by accident. Hey, Ed. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. How can people follow and support you online, my friend?
you can follow me and support me by coming to this wonderful open mic that makes your money light such a delight in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. My name is Eddie. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is Eddie492. And remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to sign my fantastic insight. If you send me a request, you take guests. The answer is yes. But I hope everyone stays safe, healthy, and blessed. Never stop speaking the wonderful words inside your chest. Never stop feeling and doing and being your best. And remember, you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, I'm being featured on Sacred Grounds on Thursday, August the 1st, at around 7 p.m. If you want to know more about my feature, please look at the chat to see so many worldly creatures.
Cool, man. Very, very cool. As always, thank you, Ed, for your pieces. I apologize. I had to step away for a quick moment, but as always, I'm gonna catch them on the replay. And again, if you guys are getting here late, a lot of you guys online, it's okay if you didn't catch it live. When we're done, this is going to be available as a replay. You can catch all the performers. In fact, if you're more than a week late, Kit usually leaves timestamps so you can actually go back and see and revisit certain performers. Or like in my case, if I have an emergency and have to run away really quick, I can go back and catch anyone that I missed. So Ed, I'm going to catch your poems. I didn't get to hear them this time. I'm really sad about it, but it's not disappeared forever. I'll go and watch the replay. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here as part of our show. And it's not the same, man, when you're not here. So again, always glad you're here. Okay, I'm looking at the list. Once again, welcome everyone for being here to the online mic. Dan is up next, but I'm gonna open up for him. I'm gonna practice another poem. I read from this book a lot just because I like his style, and you know that's how we learn, right? Just by reading from others. So this is a love song, a death rattle, a battle cry by Kyle Guante Tranmiri. Yeah, I'm gonna read a quick one from that, and then yeah, see, I'm stalling. Dan needs a moment, so I already knew, so I got a piece to stall with. But yeah, Dan, you're after me, so I'm gonna try and not be too quick with it. This one's called Handshakes. The weirdest thing about having your hand crushed is that the pair of eyes across from yours never stops smiling. As knuckles are compressed, as the skin is all but torn off the top of your hand, he always has this grin on his face. Even as the vein bulges from his neck, he smiles until you grudgingly mumble, "That's quite a handshake," and he releases you. As a young man, I was taught that one's masculinity is tied directly to one's handshake. That when meeting another man for the first time, no sin was more unforgivable than placing a limp fish in his hand, the dead husk of a greeting. Your grip must be firm, like the way you hold your briefcase as you walk to work, or the way you hold the handle while standing up on the bus. Some men, however, prefer a grip like a battle axe mid swing, like ripping the head off an antelope by tugging on the antlers. Some men treat every handshake like a gladiator's death match, a test of strength, a test of will. And when I meet these men, as I often do, their tectonic plate handshakes never fail to illuminate my myriad perceived inadequacies. Frozen there with purple fingertips, I am reminded that I cannot stand the taste of beer, that cars confuse and frighten me, that when faced with a barbecue and a pair of tongs, I will overcook the meat every time. These men attempt to squeeze the testosterone from my body. Maybe I'm just insecure, but studying his smirk more closely, I think maybe that would make two of us. Because as he wrings the color from my fingers, I find myself wanting to ask him, do you ever feel trapped? In the mornings when you're watching TV and happily downing that protein shake made from raw eggs, liquefied steak, and Axe body spray, do you ever crush the glass between your fingers? Do you ever get tired of that voice in the back of your head? You know, the one that sounds just like Dennis Leary, telling you to constantly reaffirm that you're a real man by catcalling women, eating enormous hamburgers, getting into physical altercations over trivial bullshit, and squeezing everything really, really hard. I find myself wanting to ask him, do you hold your wife's arm like this when you're angry with her? Is there a teddy bear somewhere in your history being ripped away from a pair of hands that just aren't strong enough? Do you remember the first time your father wouldn't let you hold his hand when crossing the street? Do you remember the way he looked at you? Do you remember being handed your firstborn son and not knowing how to hold him? Do you remember squeezing his shoulders like this the first time he disappointed you? Do you remember what it was? Do you remember what it was you were trying to hold on to. And I know there is so much space between us as men that sometimes we feel compelled to cram so much contact as we physically can into every touch. I know we've become so comfortable with crushing, so hypnotized by our own strength, we forget how incredible it is to let go. All right. So that was a poem I've never read from him. Train, well, a poem, yeah, prose poem. Hey, okay. Thank you guys for being here. That's the show. Peace. No, I'm just kidding. It's time for Dan. Dan. All right. Anyway, without further ado, here he is. El Paso's #1 vlogger, Dan the Man's Weekly. Catch him around. I always know I'm in the place to be when I see Dan there. So here it is. Dan, take it away.
All right, thanks, Richie. Yeah, as we know, this coming Saturday will mark 5 years of this unforgettable tragedy that we will never forget. So, always my thoughts and prayers with the 23. Well, okay. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I could okay, let me see if I okay, well, we all know 5 years ago we thought everything was we didn't expect the city was in fear. Everything was shed to multiple tears. Can't believe it's been 5 years. Our town, 23 down. So, yep, 23 down. It was originally 22, but now it's 23. So, 5 years has passed. I don't think this tragedy will not last, but it's still with us, stuck in our head, and we'll never forget this unforgettable day on Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. Yeah. I always know we're not the only. I always know we're not the only tragedy we hear, like Columbine, Orlando, Las Vegas, Sandy Hook, and Uvalde. I hope there's any way we gotta put a stop to this madness. That's what we need. Put a stop to this madness. Enough is enough. So, our town can't go wrong. So we gotta stay strong. Always El Paso strong. Okay, so I hope our thoughts and prayers goes out to the friends and family of the 23. God rest her soul. Always El Paso strong. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night. God bless. Pray for our hometown. Pray for the 915. Okay. All right. Okay, Richie. Thank you. And let's go ahead and call it a night.
Not until you sing me a good night song, Dan. Okay, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Shit. As always, thank you for your touching tributes. And again, August 3rd, if you're not familiar, that was a bad time in El Paso, that we still remember. Yeah, I want to thank everyone who joined us today. It was very active in the live chat today. So I love to see that. And more so, a lot of support for all the performers and poets. Thanks to everyone who read and signed up today. And those of you who couldn't, I know Discovia signed up again and was here for a little bit, but maybe there were internet issues. like it's fine. We do this every week, so like it's not make or break. When you have a chance, come on. And again, if you've been thinking about coming on to read, this is the perfect spot to try it out. It's chill, it's peaceful, and you don't even have to do it in front of a crowd. You can just do it, online in front of a screen. Yeah, thanks again to everyone. Again, quick announcements tomorrow, Tuesday, the 30th, July 30th. We're going to be at Rosewood. That's 412 East San Antonio Street for our Verse and Harmony open mic. That is for writers and musicians. So come on out. Sign up starts at 9. Thursday, I'm going to be performing some poetry with a live jazz band at International Bar downtown as well. San Jacinto Plaza. That's from 9 to 11:30. Come out and support if you can, or just to hang, because when I host open mics, I don't really get to hang out with people really a whole lot. I'm working and I'm doing a lot of different things, but at the shows, it's a little bit more chill. Like, I still have to perform, but I have more of a chance to like hang out too. So if you just want to hang out, come on through. Well, I'm gonna mute the mic there. Sorry, Dan. Friday, we're gonna be at Jovenian Bronson's again. You can follow us on social media to be kept up with all those updates. And if you have any questions, just set us there. For the online mic, my name is Richie. You can find me Dead Wall Reveries on Instagram as well, or just look up my name on Facebook right there. I'll see you guys next Monday for the online mic. Peace. I hope you guys have a great week.